Okay guys, so as far as I'm concerned, that's a clean, ready to go, put it back together and carry it and be confident. That's that's clean. All right, you just saw me clean it. You just saw what came off of it. That's a pretty clean handgun. All right, but what I'm going to do here is, because I'm going to prep for first initial frog lube treatment, is I'm going to go ahead and pop these pins out and pretty much detail strip the frame. Get these pins out. Don't lose these. These are pretty important. I think your gun falls apart or something if you don't have those in. So take apart all this crap. I just get in here and start to pry a little bit to get this block out, and it should pop right out. I just had it out the other day, so yeah, there we go. That block pops right out. You can kind of wiggle it and jiggle it and it'll come out, and your slide stop release lever will come out. And then what I do is I get up under here and I kind of just move, and you see the whole thing moved. This whole thing will come straight out without any issues, and that's pretty much it. I mean, there's nothing else in there other than your retention. So set that off to the side. I'm going to put some frog lube here and here, but we'll get to that later. It's not a big deal. I probably should wipe that down while I have it apart like this. But alright, here comes the part where everyone's either going to cringe or they're going to applause. Alright, let's get rid of that for a second. Brake cleaner. It's highly recommended if you're doing a complete strip and you want to degrease, if it's park or blued, it's not going to hurt it. Just keep it off of, you know, wood stocks and things like that. And if you're going to use it and near your polymer, go ahead and put some on a Q-tip and rub it on the inside of, you know, in here somewhere, and let it sit for a couple minutes and see if it starts to melt. If it starts to melt, don't spray it on your polymer. So I'm just going to go ahead and spray this. Make sure you're in a well ventilated area. I'm inside and this is not going to be cool, but I need to get this done, so I don't have a choice. It's freaking snow and ice outside. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started here. And you don't need to be, you know, super careful with this stuff. Well, stingy, I mean. You don't need to be stingy. And you're going to see, when it dries up, it's going to be ugly. Do you see the color change there? I hope my camera's picking that up. It almost looks like a charcoal gray now instead of black. And I don't know if you see the difference there, maybe. I don't know, probably not. But don't be scared. That's fine. That's what it looks like when there's no grease or oil or anything on it. It's perfectly fine. I'm just going to give the inside here another quick treatment. It's not going to hurt anything, guys. But, you know, if you're completely anal or you're working on a high dollar piece, go ahead and stop at your local Home Depot or whatnot and pick up some denatured alcohol. Or you can use isopropyl alcohol too, but be aware that most of the isopropyl alcohol that's out there is like 70-30. 30 meaning that there's 30% water in that. So you want to kind of try and get the highest one that's out there. The highest one I've been able to find is 91% isopropyl. So try to find that if you can. See what a good job Hoppies does? That's brake cleaner on the inside of the barrel, and there's nothing on that patch pretty much. I mean, there really isn't. The patch is still mint. So anyway, set that off to the side. Finish wiping this down real quick. Now, if you guys don't want to watch all this, go ahead and fast forward, or you probably already have. I don't blame you. But I just didn't want anybody calling bullshit on me on that last part. So I'm going to spray down this. And this is the best way, actually, that I've found to clean this slide spring, to get in all those, you know, nooks and crannies. Just put a couple drops of oil on it and cycle your gun. After you're done, you're good to go again. Don't be scared. It'll be okay. You know, and if you really want to get in there, you can with the toothbrush. You know, I'm really not that worried about it. It's a Glock. If the slide spring stops working, they're so available and easy to replace, it's really not that big of a deal. Plus they're cheap. They're only like 10, 12 bucks or something. Unless you go with like a stainless steel rod instead of the plastic one, which I don't know. I've never seen the necessity for. So that's those two cleaned. I mean, you want to get all the oil off of everything, basically. So that's all I'm doing here, is I'm just wetting this stuff down and getting all the grease and grime and funk and oil and whatever else is pocket lint and deodorant, snow, and whatever else you got inside of your EDC. Just wipe that down, try to maybe help a little bit of the crud off. And that's clean too. It just looks dirty, but it's wicked clean. I'll tell you what, if you're spraying brake parts cleaner or carb cleaner on your firearm and you get something like that, that's just discoloring. That's not dirt. So if brake parts cleaner leaves something like that behind, it's not dirt, guys. That's just the way it is. It's what's left over. And I'm going to get these slide rails real good. And I'm really not concerned about getting up in here because it's brake parts cleaner. It'll dry itself out and it'll flush anything that's in there along with it once it's dry. So I really don't care. Get that nice and clean, degreased. Kind of use it like a water hose, guys. Just get it wet and then keep rinsing until you see it come clean and clear. And your other parts roll up into it. Grab that with a rag. Shake off the excess. Look at that. That's how clean that is. That's not bad at all. And yes, this is a new rag. This isn't the rag with hoppies all over it. You want a new rag for this because you want all the hoppies and all that petroleum stuff and all that other crud that you've been using for years. You want that off of the firearm so you can get a good initial application of the frog lube. Alright, so that's that. It's pretty much everything except for the trigger bar. And I'm just going to hit this quick because I don't think it really matters. Alright, shake it out and dry it up. This is probably the cleanest my Glock has ever been. I am impressed.